Everyone knows Cha Eun Woo as a near-perfect figure. His handsome face, his polite demeanor, his ever-rising career, and his impeccable image. But have you ever wondered, is Cha Eun Woo's life really as beautiful as it appears on screen? Behind his serene smile, there are pressures, fears, and burdens he rarely reveals to the public. And today, we'll discuss the facts and confessions of Cha Eun Woo that have left many speechless. Since his debut, Cha Eun Woo has been consistently labeled the perfect man. This label sounds beautiful, but it can actually be a very heavy burden. Many people don't realize that when someone is consistently considered perfect, then small mistakes feel like major sins. Expressions of fatigue are seen as weaknesses. Sadness must be hidden. Cha Eun Woo once revealed that he felt the need to always appear good, even when his heart was not well. He realized that even one small mistake could change the way many people perceive him. What is rarely discussed is Cha Eun Woo's fear. The fear of not living up to expectations. Fear of disappointing fans. Fear of not growing as an actor. In several interviews, he admitted to often asking himself, "Am I worthy enough to be in this position?" Simple words, but heavy. Because it comes from someone who is constantly praised, Cha Eun Woo's every move was scrutinized. His way of speaking, his way of laughing, even his silence was judged. He couldn't be as free as ordinary people. A small mistake could become big news. And this is the harsh reality of the entertainment world: the higher your popularity, the less room you have to be yourself. Many think Cha Eun Woo's success is solely due to his looks. In fact, he had to work twice as hard to prove himself as an actor. He was criticized, doubted, even compared. But instead of giving up, he chose to learn, improve himself, and keep moving forward slowly but surely. Cha Eun Woo once openly admitted that there were times when he felt incredibly exhausted, not physically, but mentally. His busy schedule, high demands, and public pressure forced him to learn to recognize his own limits. He learned that being strong doesn't mean never getting tired, but keeping going even when tired. Behind the idol image, Cha Eun Woo is an ordinary human being. He can feel doubt, he can feel fear, he can feel like stopping for a moment, and that's precisely where his strength lies. He doesn't hide the fact that life isn't always easy. From Cha Eun Woo, we learn one important lesson: don't judge someone's life solely by what's on the surface. Everyone has struggles that aren't visible on camera. And sometimes, the people who appear the strongest are the ones who often carry the burden alone. But there's one more thing about Cha Eun Woo that's rarely discussed in depth. Behind all the busy schedule, career demands, and spotlights, Cha Eun Woo lives a very disciplined life. He knows that even one careless move can have long-lasting consequences. Not because he didn't want to be free, but because he realized that many people were pinning their hopes on him. That he has shown that being a public figure isn't just about looking perfect in front of the camera, but also about maintaining one's demeanor when the camera isn't there. And this isn't easy. Cha Eun Woo lives by very high standards. Not just from his agency, not just from his fans, but also from himself. He wants to grow. He wants to be recognized not for his looks, but for his efforts and hard work. But at the same time, he's aware that the more famous he becomes, the less room for error. This creates an inner pressure that often goes unnoticed. There was a phase in Cha Eun Woo's life where he felt very alone, even though he was surrounded by many people. Popularity doesn't always mean togetherness. Sometimes, it creates distance. He has to be careful about who he makes friends with, be careful about what he says, and be careful about how he shows his emotions. He keeps many things to himself. And here's a fact that's often forgotten: backhand index pointing right. Not all loneliness looks sad. Cha Eun Woo knows all too well that his public image is very strong. He is a symbol of perfection to many. But underneath, he is still an ordinary human being who needs rest, needs understanding, needs time for himself. He doesn't always want to appear strong. But circumstances demand that he always appear fine. Not because his life is always easy, but because he chooses not to make complaints his identity. He prefers to be quiet, learn, and improve himself. This isn't an act of pretending to be strong, but rather a way of surviving. From Cha Eun Woo's journey, there's one powerful message we can take away, that life isn't always about who looks the happiest, but who keeps going even when tired. That perfection in the eyes of others doesn't always mean happiness in the heart. And that everyone, whoever they are, has struggles that can't always be shared. Perhaps this is why Cha Eun Woo remains loved by so many. Not just for his looks or popularity, but for his sincerity in living life responsibly. He doesn't promise perfection, but shows the process. And from there, his story becomes more meaningful. Cha Eun Woo isn't just about his good looks. He's about perseverance, courage, and honesty in the face of life's pressures. If this video makes you see Cha Eun Woo in a different light, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Because stories like this deserve to be heard.